everyone, Namaskar, I'm Asta Sharma and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you've already guessed, is about vintage photography. Now, for those of you who do not know me, I love vintage anything. Be it vintage fashion, vintage photography, vintage furniture, vintage anything. I love everything vintage. Sometimes I wonder why wasn't I born in the mid-1900s in Hollywood, but that's a discussion for another day. Let's get back to the video. So in today's video, I'll be talking about a breakfast at Tiffany's inspired photo shoot that I did. I love Audrey Hepburn. I love her style. I love how graceful and elegant she is. I love her, okay? Now for those of you who follow me on Instagram, I have already done a vintage series which consisted of 3 looks. One was the classic breakfast at Tiffany's inspired look. One was a classic vintage Bollywood look. And one was a classic vintage Hollywood look. But even then, the vintage thirst inside me wasn't quenched, so I was like, we're gonna do another breakfast at Tiffany's look. Because why not? So in today's video, I'll be taking you behind the scenes of this photo shoot that I did. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching. So by looking at my reference image, I could say that the outfit was manageable. All we needed was an oversized white shirt. The hair and makeup was also manageable. The only thing that I had to make were the eye mask and the earplugs. So for that, I went to my local market. I got a tealish, sort of a light blue kind of a fabric. Half meter was just sufficient for me to make the eye mask. I got a golden 3D outliner to make the eyelashes and the eyes and the eyebrows and everything. And then I got a purple tassel. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the exact color, but you can always manipulate colors in Adobe Lightroom, so that's exactly what I did. And after I got all the materials, it was time to make the props. Okay, so first of all, to make the eye mask, I cut out these pieces of chart paper in the shape of the eye mask and the eyes, which I will be wrapping it up with this piece of fabric. So I'm just cutting out a piece of fabric from the main cloth and I'll be wrapping it all around the chart paper pieces. So at first I started stitching it, but then I found out that first securing the cloth with sellotape and then stitching it up makes the whole process much more easier and makes the final product much more sturdy as well. So that is exactly what I did. I first secured it with sellotape and then I stitched the whole thing, which I will be hiding all the stitches with the golden outliner. And this is how it looks like. The back looks awful, but the front looks pretty dang good. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with the eyes as well. Just going to be wrapping it up with the cloth, and this time I'm not going to be stitching this up because in the picture the eye mask has a golden boundary, so I can hide all the stitches, but it doesn't have a golden border in the eyes. So if I stitch it up, the stitches are going to be very much visible. So I'm just going to be securing this up with sellotape. So I'm just going to be wrapping the cloth and securing it up with sellotape, and yeah, we have our final product. There we go, both of the eyes, and then I'm gonna be sticking the eyes to the eye mask with the help of Fevicol. I did not have fabric glue at that time with me, but Fevicol did the job, and I'm gonna be putting it in the edges of the eyes so as to give this kind of like this 3D look, just like in the picture. In the reference picture, basically the picture in which Audrey Hepburn wears the eye mask. So yeah, that is exactly what I'm doing. And then comes the fun part of putting the golden outliner. I'm just outlining the eye mask at the same time, hiding all the stitches as well. And yeah, doing exactly as the reference image. And once you're done, you just have to wait for the paint to dry down. And once it's dry down, this is how it looks like, and I've attached 2 pieces of thread to it, and there we go. With the tassels, I just trim them up first. This is gonna be our earplugs, and I just removed this golden thingy that it had in the top, and then I secured the tassel with a piece of white thread. There we go. So once it's done, because these are gonna be your earplugs, so it's not very, safe to put a piece of wire in somebody's ears. So I'm just putting these styrofoam balls in the wire just to hide the wire so that it's much more comfortable for the model to wear this. And then, you know these extra earplugs that you get with headphones? That's exactly what I used. So first, using a piece of bendable wire, and then taking that earplug, putting a styrofoam ball inside it, and then attaching it with the tassel. And there you go, the earplugs are done. They don't look very good, but you know what? It does the job, and that's all you need. So once the props were made and the locations were decided, I contacted Devlina Ba, who was my muse for the shoot. She came to my place and then we started getting ready for the shoot.
Are going on a run.
Alright, so we're done with our prep. I think we pretty much nailed the look. It looks very similar to what she was doing, and now we are ready to shoot. Let's go! So this is our first location. I used my neighbor's balcony for this location. So I wanted to create kind of this look where she has just woken up and she's just chilling in her balcony with a glass of milk in her hand or something like that. So yeah, this is what we did in our first location. So for the poses, we tried out some kind of these poses where she is just chilling in the balcony, looking at the people, enjoying the view early morning, something like that. And I really loved how the pictures turned out. And I did the edit also kind of like those black and white, vintagey, filmy edit. So yeah, all in all, I really loved how the pictures turned out. And yeah. For my gear, I'm using my Nikon D5300 as my camera body, and my lens, I'm using my 50mm 1.8 lens. And yeah, this was our first location.
Ya, foto gambar. নাই খোৱা নাই খোৱা তুমি খাই অহাৰ পিছত ফটো হৈ যাব খাই অহাৰ আগতে তোমাৰ ফটো থাকিব
Right, so this is our location. We are literally in our stairway. I've got my light here and we're using a reflector to bounce the light back, and yeah, we'll try to click some like the classic breakfast at Tiffany's, like the close-up looks when she woke up from her bed, and we'll try to click those. So yeah, this is the second location that we shot in. So this is again my neighbor's door, which had this kind of a very vintage texture to it. It just looked so good in pictures especially, and it was all in neutral colors. So it just looked very much similar to what in the movie it was shown. So yeah, I used my lights and the reflector, and we tried out some poses which were like kind of like, you know, in the film where she just wakes up from her bed and she comes to answer her door to, you know, speak with the man. So we sort of tried out those kind of poses where she just woke up and she's just sort of, you know, trying to listen to what the man is saying and everything with the earplugs and the eye mask. And I think the pictures turned out so amazing in this location. here we tried out some more like fun poses. I just wanted to experiment and not exactly do what she did in the movie. Like we tried out those poses as well, but I wanted to try out some more fun and kind of like she's smiling or she's pouting like you can see in the video. So yeah, something like those poses just to give it a bit more of a fun and a candied look to it. And yeah, I love these kind of photos. It just turned out so well, and I did the edit as well, like those kind of vintage effect, and I love that. I absolutely loved these pictures. And this is our third location. This is in my house where we tried out some shots basically with the mirror. So in the film, she has this look when she's getting ready to go to the prison. So she stands in front of the mirror and she starts doing her makeup and starts brushing her teeth and everything. So we got a toothbrush and her milk, and we tried out those shots where she's sort of staring in the mirror, and I clicked the pictures behind her. And again, I love these. It just gave such a beautiful, like a vintage and film feel to it. Yeah, this was our third location, and I loved the results. And this is our fourth and final location. This is my room, and this one was an impromptu setup that we did. So we wanted to try out the classic, Audrey Hepburn sleeping in her bed and then the bell rings and then she wakes up. So we wanted to try that whole setup. So I had these two big pieces of white fabric. So one we used as a bed sheet and the other we used as a blanket to sort of wrap her around in it. I had this faux fur cushion with me, which is also white in color, so we used that. And then we added some flowers in the background, and obviously she had her whole like eye mask and earplugs, everything was there. I used my light, and we actually wanted to use a cat as well because there's a cat in the film, but unfortunately we couldn't find the cat. I think it would have been really good if we would have found the cat, but we didn't, but that's okay. I actually tried photoshopping the cat as well, but it didn't look good at all. So yeah, this is the final setup, and I love these pictures. This was very impromptu, but these I think has to be my favorite like pictures, and with the vintage edit they just look so good, and the pictures turned out so like candied and just absolutely beautiful. I loved these pictures. Alright, so we just finished our shoot, and I think the pictures turned out really well. Yeah. We tried out a lot of locations, and I think there was one which is like the cult favorite. We really liked the one with the pillows, and that was an impromptu setup, but I think the pictures turned out really, really well. And thank you, Devlina Ba, for coming.
Thank you. It's always so fun working with you.
Yeah,
and I'm so excited for the pictures.
This is like our third shoot. Okay, yeah. This is our third shoot, and like I'll show you the picture. I think our first shoot was like a Minnie Mouse Disney inspired one, and then one we did where I think it was a summer shoot.
Okay, yeah.
And then we did this is our fourth shoot. Exactly, yeah. So we did another vintage shoot. I'll show you the pictures somewhere on the screen. And I think it was also a really, really good shoot. And I think today's I feel like it just tops everything. I think it was more fun. It was a pretty chilled out shoot because it was just in our house. So there was still a lot of sweating, but then even a little bit less. But yeah, I think it was a very fun shoot, and yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. So much of fun. Alright, let's go. I don't know where, but we're just going somewhere. Alright guys, that was the shoot. I hope you guys like the pictures. I've uploaded all of them on my Instagram. Link will be down in the description box. Also check out Devlina Ba's page. She's fantastic. But yeah, if you guys like the video, then don't forget to like, comment, share, and consider subscribing if you like these kind of photography related BTS videos. Until then, keep on finding sights, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace! Follow me on Instagram. I have already done a vintage series with okay. Hello everyone, namaskar. Alright, so we are done with our shoot and we're done with our shoot. No, we're done with the prep. Now let's go and get ready for the shoot. Okay, horrible English, but let's go.